in the footsteps of Jesus the Good Shepherd. Dear brothers and sisters, we are on the fourth Sunday of Easter. It is also called the Good Shepherd Sunday. In the Gospel of the day, Jesus the risen Lord uses a simple and down-to-earth imagery of a shepherd and sheep to highlight his relationship with his followers. By using this imagery of a good shepherd, the Lord desires to communicate to us that he cares about each one of us. If we want to safeguard our planet Earth and make this world a beautiful home, the world needs to operate on this principle, namely, we care about you. By claiming to be our good shepherd, Jesus underlines the three important aspects of this relationship and invites us to do the same. The first aspect is belonging. During the last century, the world has seen a steady and a great advancement in the field of technology. But on the level of human relations, it seems that we are still in the Stone Age. If at all there is one problem the modern world is suffering from, I believe it is the disconnection. Disconnection in our families, in our organizations, and in our societies has driven people to loneliness, depression, and even to suicide. In the highly developed world of information technology, it is so very difficult to find a sense of belongingness in our relationships today. Feeling unwanted in our own families and the feeling that you are a foreigner in your own country is a very painful feeling one could ever go through when there is a lack of acceptance from the other. Hence, there seems to be a thirst for genuine relationships where we can experience a sense of belonging to our own people. Jesus came down to this earth to connect us back to our Father and to one another. And finally, he gave his life on the cross for this relationship, saying, I have come so that they may have life and have it to the full. John chapter 10, verse 10. Such was his desire and thirst for relationship with us. The second aspect of the shepherd and the sheep relationship is knowing. Jesus says, I know my sheep and they listen to my voice and follow me. There's a vast difference between knowing about somebody and knowing somebody. Knowing is not knowledge, but the ability to understand a person, his feelings and his needs. Jesus doesn't say, I know about my sheep. He says, I know my sheep. Knowing is all the more important in today's world, especially in cities like Mumbai, where people are always on the run and have no time for each other. In some families, the parents and the children hardly meet each other face to face during the week. In this connection, the lockdown during the last few weeks has been a big blessing to our families. Unable to get out of our homes, the families are having a quality time together, which is absolutely needed for the healthy growth of our families today. The third aspect of relationship is caring. Jesus the Good Shepherd teaches us how to care for one another. The Gospel tells us that the shepherd brings out his sheep one by one and then he goes ahead of them. The safety and the security of the sheep is of utmost importance for Jesus the Good Shepherd. In the midst of one of the worst suffering that humanity is experiencing owing to COVID-19, time to time we have been hearing inspiring stories of men and women sacrificing their life for their suffering brothers and sisters. For example, Father Don Giuseppe, a 72-year-old priest in Italy, who contracted the new coronavirus died after he gave up his ventilator to a younger patient in the month of March. On 26th April, Dr. Simon Hercules, a 55-year-old neurosurgeon in Chennai, succumbed to COVID-19 at a private hospital after treating several COVID-19 patients. Two businessmen, brothers, Tajamul Pasha and Muzammil Pasha in Karnataka's Kolar district, sold a piece of land for 25 lakhs in order to help 3,000 suffering families in the neighborhood with food grains during the lockdown in the month of April. Similarly, a good number of nurses, policemen, and other health workers have lost their lives while rendering their service to suffering humanity last few weeks. Dear brothers and sisters, if the world is still a good place for us to live, it is because time to time we have some good shepherds who have been laying down their lives to make this world a beautiful place for us to live. Nevertheless, these days the news channels report that there are over 2 million children on the streets of India in need of food and basic education. If these homeless children are dying on the streets of India, it means somewhere someone is failing to be a good shepherd. Somewhere someone is failing in his or her responsibility as a leader. All of us are called to be good shepherds, be it in our homes, offices, or neighborhoods. The world is our home, and everyone is our brother and sister. The world needs the gift of our presence. It needs the gift of our listening to the cries of humanity. It needs the gift of our speaking, to speak up when needed, openly, directly, and loudly, so that our leaders may hear us clearly. May Jesus, the Good Shepherd, open our eyes to the realities of our brothers and sisters around us. Let us pray together that we, the sheep that belong to Jesus, the Good Shepherd, carry a heart that never hates, carry a smile that never fades, and carry a touch that never hurts. Amen.